going to film a video on this today, but this clip here just made my blood boil. This is the Greens Party saying it's a disgrace we're not helping bringing back these brides to our country and the children, saying they're Australian citizens.
And it is pretty disgraceful that the government is not repatriating and facilitating the return of women and children who are Australian citizens.
So you can see that's the Greens Party there, coming out and saying it's a disgrace that the government isn't helping get these brides back in Australia, these ISIS brides. They went over there to join a terrorist organisation. We're not going to bring them back in Australia. It's a fucking disgrace that you're on mainstream media out there, one of the leading political parties in Australia, doing this type of rhetoric, creating this hatred and divide in our country. You are the worst out of everyone for it that I see. It is shocking. And, you know, this should just be a wake-up call to Australia. Anyone who supports the Greens, now they're literally supporting people that went over to join ISIS to come back in our country and saying it's disgraceful that our government isn't doing more to get them back. But Anthony Albanese isn't doing any better. He's not standing up and saying, no, we're not going to bring them back in the country. It's too unsafe. We're not going to use the sympathy card to say, oh, they're women and children. They went over there. They've completely been radicalised and joined ISIS. You think they're going to be safe in our communities? But he's gone out there and said, we're not helping them, but they've approved the passports.
The Roche camp in Syria has confirmed that 34 women and children have received passports. So clearly the government is helping in that respect?
No, people are having an implementation of Australian law.
So they're trying to say we're not helping them get back, but they're letting them back. They've approved their passports. They're saying they can come back in Australia. All they have to do is just get here themselves, while they're getting support from the Greens Party with radical freaks like her saying it's disgraceful that we're not paying for their plane tickets as taxpayers to bring back these people. This just shows you where their true allegiance lies. These radical views, this suicidal empathy to destroy Australia, make it unsafe. I'm red hot. I could not believe that this is happening in Australia. I could not believe that the Greens Party is stupid enough to go out there and say this. They need to be kicked out of politics straight away. And Albanese should be stepping down, not blocking people like this coming back into our communities. I mean, we just had an Islamic terrorist attack at Bondi Beach. Did anyone fucking forget that? Yet, straight away, we're allowing literal brides of terrorists coming back into our country. It just doesn't get any better. Like, you can't even make this up. You couldn't make it up if it was a movie. That's how weak this Labor government is. Like, you could not wake it up. You could not make it up. I'm like so lost for words. I could not believe when I seen this. This clip just put me over the edge. I've had enough. I think all Australians have had enough. We've got to keep speaking up to expose this. I mean, all the fraud that's been coming out lately, and now this shit's been starting. I can't believe it. I can't believe we have a government that would literally support people like this coming back. The Greens Party saying it's disgraceful, we're not paying for them to come back. You know, there's been lots of other clips that I'm not going to go into of apparently other government officials helping keep this hush-hush that they're coming back, trying to hide it from the media. Like, all this is coming out. So it really just shows you how corrupt this government is and how they really don't care about the Australian people. They have their woke agenda. That's all they've ever cared about. They care about importing their voters and doing this fucking radical shit after we just had a mass shooting. Now you want to invite people like this back into our country. Like, How is this happening? How is this happening in Australia? I don't understand what's happening to this country. It's bad enough. We have the worst inflation in the world from our overspending of our government. All the fraud that's gone on, giving the money all to overseas. I mean, we just gave $50 million to the Afghanistan. So no wonder they fucking want to bring people back here. Like, it just shows you the corruption in the government. You got to keep the people safe here. Got to support Australians. And they're just out there trying to bring ISIS brides back. And then saying it's disgraceful, the taxpayers aren't paying to bring them back. Saying they're Australian citizens. Like, is she mentally sane, this lady? Like, is she alright in the head? Like, it doesn't make sense how she can go out there and say this. The Greens Party doing this again. And that's just the Labor Party now. They just work together, buddies in hand. This is why One Nation's going to win. This is why Australia is speaking up. No matter who you are, whether you've been here for generations, just came over here, you don't want our government bringing terrorists back into the country. And you might say, oh, you don't know they are that. Why risk it? Why would you risk it? Why would you want to risk the Australian safety for people that went over there to abandon Australia and support ISIS? We shouldn't risk it at all. But, this is just, I've got government fatigue at the moment. It just keeps coming out. It's shocking me more and more. But this clip, I'm going to show you what she said again.
And it is pretty disgraceful that the government is not repatriating and facilitating the return of women and children who are Australian citizens.
So just her saying it's a disgrace that we're not bringing them back really boiled my gears. Something in me said I have to grab my camera and film this because I was so outraged and wanted to get the message out there to say this is not acceptable. The Australian people do not accept this. Anyway, comment down below what you think. Subscribe to the channel. Join to be a member if you want to support the Australian message and support this channel. Thank you so much for all your support out there. But it's time we speak up. This has to stop. It has to stop.